Ravens fan, you got to hear this. After a season full of ups and downs for Justin Tucker, Eric DeCosta has finally spoken openly about the future of our legendary kicker. And what he revealed could completely change the team's direction in 2025. Will Tucker continue to be our go-to guy in clutch moments? Or are we about to witness an unexpected change no one saw coming? DeCosta's statement came with plenty of nuances, sparking questions and a mix of anticipation and concern. But what did he really mean? What does this mean for next year? Stick with me, because every detail of this story directly impacts what's ahead for the Ravens. And I'm here to break it all down. Go Ravens! Justin Tucker has always been one of the biggest sources of confidence for Ravens fans. Whenever he stepped onto the field for a kick, it was almost a guaranteed score. But in 2024, something fell off. Tucker had the worst performance of his career, making just 73.3% of his field goals and missing 8 critical kicks throughout the season. For a player known for his consistency, these numbers shocked and worried many, both inside and outside the team. On top of the declining stats, age has become part of the conversation. Tucker will turn 36 in November, which isn't exactly young for an NFL kicker. While he has had a legendary career and remains one of the most respected players in his position, the combination of a subpar season and advancing age has raised some serious concerns. It's hard to imagine the Ravens without Tucker, but after such an unusual season, the possibility of changes is now on the table. It's worth noting that Tucker has always been known for handling pressure well, but 2024 truly put that to the test. Mistakes in crucial moments and a loss of confidence in some games affected not just his performance, but also the perception that even the greatest kicker of all time might be starting to feel the effects of age. For someone with such a brilliant career, this decline was tough to accept. Still, Tucker's story with the Ravens is far from over. Eric DeCosta made it clear that he still believes in Tucker's talent, but he said something that caught everyone's attention: the possibility of bringing in competition for the kicker position. This comment has sparked debates that go beyond just numbers and make us question what DeCosta really has planned for Tucker's future with the team. When Eric DeCosta addressed Justin Tucker during the end-of-season press conference, he didn't hold back. He said he believes in Tucker's talent and expects him to remain great for the Ravens next. But one specific phrase stood out: "We'll have those discussions." Those words left the door wide open for speculation, as it wasn't a completely definitive response. It felt like, despite the confidence, there's genuine concern about Tucker's current. What stood out most was the balance in DeCosta's comments. He praised how Tucker finished the season, going 100% on kicks in the last 6 games. But he also made it clear that the overall performance in 2024 is something that needs to be addressed. This shows that while the Ravens recognize Tucker's legacy, they can't ignore the signs of declining performance. It's a tricky topic, given Tucker is one of the most iconic players in team history. Another significant point was the mention of possible competition at the kicker position. Even though it was a subtle comment, it raised doubts among fans. After all, bringing in a new kicker, even just for competition, suggests that there's a question mark about Tucker's future with the team. It's unusual to see such discussions involving such a well-established player, and that alone hints at potential changes in the coming months. DeCosta's statement makes us wonder what's next. If the team truly brings in another kicker, it could be a sign that the Ravens are ready for significant changes, even in a position as symbolic as this. And this leads us to a critical question: who are the potential candidates that could step in to challenge Tucker in 2025? If the Ravens decide to add competition at the kicker position, there's no shortage of options in the market. One of the most intriguing names is Brandon McManus, a seasoned and reliable kicker with a solid career and impressive recent performances. In 2024, he hit 95% of his kicks and sealed 2 games with clutch field goals. McManus would bring stability and experience, qualities the Ravens value during transitions. Another standout name is veteran Nick Folk. Even at 40 years old, Folk had a phenomenal 2024 season, leading the league in accuracy and proving he can still be one of the best. His consistency and ability to make long-distance kicks make him an attractive choice, especially for a team like the Ravens, where weather conditions can be tough. Folk could be a serious contender, particularly if the goal is to create meaningful competition for Tucker. On the other hand, the Ravens might consider a younger, high-potential option like Michael Badgley. Despite missing the 2024 season due to injury, Badgley has shown he has the talent to succeed and could be a high-risk, high-reward investment. He has many years ahead of him, and could be developed into a long-term solution if Tucker struggles to regain his form. These options demonstrate that the Ravens have plenty of alternatives to consider, no matter which direction they choose to take. But would introducing competition really be enough to motivate Tucker to return to his peak form? Or could it add even more uncertainty to an already delicate situation? Alright, we're past the halfway point of this video, but I noticed you haven't left a like yet. That's super important to help YouTube keep recommending my content, so I can keep bringing you updates like this. So go ahead and hit that like button. It's free. Thanks, and let's keep going. The idea of bringing competition for Justin Tucker is something that stirs the emotions of the fans. We're talking about a player who isn't just a kicker, but a true legend in Baltimore. Considering a possible change in this position raises the question of how it would affect the team as a whole. Tucker has always been an emotional anchor, a player who brought confidence even in the toughest moments. What would be the impact of putting that stability in doubt? Beyond the emotional aspect, there's the practical side. Bringing in a new kicker, even if only as a competitor, would disrupt the team dynamic. Kickers are known for being extremely focused specialists, and introducing a new player could create unnecessary tension. At the same time, this could be exactly what Tucker needs to prove that he's still the best at his position. It's a gamble that could bring positive results, but also carry significant risks. Another crucial factor is how this decision could influence the team's planning for 2025. If Tucker doesn't meet expectations, and the Ravens need to make a definitive change, it would require investing time and resources into finding the ideal replacement. The kicker position might seem minor, but in critical moments, it makes all the difference. This is the kind of decision that can determine wins or losses in important games. This discussion about Tucker goes beyond statistics or age. It touches on the heart of the Ravens' identity. And that's precisely why we need to understand how the kicker's recent history might influence the next step the team will take. When you think of Justin Tucker, the most reliable kicker in NFL history immediately comes to mind. He isn't just a player for the Ravens. He's a living legend, someone who has shaped the team's identity over the years. But as with any great athlete, time seems to be taking its toll. After a challenging season, Tucker carries the weight of having to prove that he can still be the best. Being a legend, however, doesn't make things easy. On the contrary, it increases the pressure. When Tucker misses, it's not just another mistake. It becomes a hot topic in every discussion about the team. And this constant pressure can be a challenge, especially as he tries to bounce back from a rough start in 2020. Despite his brilliant history, Tucker knows that the NFL is a league where you have to prove yourself every season. Even so, Tucker isn't just any kicker, he's Justin Tucker. He finished the 2024 season with a perfect streak in the final games, showing that he can still be clutch. But is that enough to erase the mistakes from the start of the season? That's the big question surrounding his future with the Ravens. If anyone can overcome this phase, it's him. But the road won't be. What's clear is that Tucker's legacy isn't at stake, but his immediate future is. He'll have the chance to prove he's still the best, and that 2024 was just a misstep. Ravens fans know how much he has done for the team and will follow every step of his journey in 2025, hoping Tucker can return to being the player we've all come to admire. Justin Tucker is undoubtedly a living legend for the Ravens, and knowing that DeCosta still trusts him as our kicker is a relief. But it's also clear that the team is keeping an eye on potential competition, showing that no one is entirely safe, not even the greatest of all time. Tucker's future is on the line, and every decision from now on could shape the Ravens' path next season. Now I want to hear from you. Do you believe Justin Tucker will bounce back and remain the Ravens' hero, or do you think it's time to look for a new option? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let me know what you're expecting from the team in 2025. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all Ravens news. See you next time.